Are you an emerging business leader? How would you like a full-ride MBA scholarship? It's possible. The Ivy College of Business is offering a full scholarship for one standout student in the online MBA. This first Emerging Leader MBA Scholarship will be awarded to one qualified candidate who is ready to start classes in the fall of 2026. Apply by May 15th. The link is copied below. Reach your full potential with the Iowa State MBA.
From the first switch on to the last transaction, Mediacom Business delivers the internet that keeps your business connected. With speeds up to 1 gig, built-in data security, and Wi-Fi powered by Eero, get the performance your business demands. To learn more, go to MediacomBusiness.com.
The Business Record News Headlines is brought to you by the Ivy College of Business at Iowa State University, where world-class faculty, staff, programs, and facilities come together to deliver business education for a rapidly changing world. At Ivy, students gain more than a degree, they gain real-world experience and the confidence to lead in any industry. Welcome to the Business Record Iowa News Headlines podcast presented by the Ivy College of Business at Iowa State University and supported by Mediacom Business. This is your essential weekly briefing on local business news from across the state. I'm Business Record President Chris Conetzkey here with my co-host, Business Record Editor Sarah Diehn, and we're starting with our Business Record Roundup, reviewing the top 3 stories reported by the Business Record Newsroom that you might have missed over the past week. Sarah, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Chris. The Iowa legislature is at odds on property tax reform as the Senate's proposal is raising concern among developers and local governments about the changes it would bring to multifamily development and tax increment financing incentives. The Senate's bill, which the chamber approved earlier this month, includes a provision that would increase the amount multifamily developments are taxed from 44% to 80% of assessed value. Some of the effects developers and housing advocates are concerned about are higher rents, impacts to the loans underwriting local properties, and long-term drops in competitiveness for new development. Des Moines City Manager Scott Sanders said the current bills in the House and Senate would limit the city's use of several TIF districts, which provide tax incentives for developments. Public hearings were held this week as the Senate bill came before the full House for further discussion.
The city of Des Moines is considering purchasing a dilapidated building located in the Highland Park neighborhood through a voluntary acquisition agreement with the property's owner. At the city council's meeting Monday, a decision on the proposal was postponed to a future meeting. City officials have tried for several years to acquire and rehabilitate the property. City staff was authorized in February to negotiate the purchase of adjacent properties on Euclid Avenue with the goal of completing a historic renovation of the corner. If the proposal is approved, the city will use community development block grant money for the purchase.
The Iowa Economic Development Authority Board last week approved $5.7 million in tax credits to 4 companies for projects in Des Moines, Waterloo, Webster City, and Mediapolis. The Webster City project will see a New Jersey-based company repurpose a former aquaculture and shrimp production facility into a production facility for shelf-stable, ready-to-eat, ready-to-drink plant and dairy-based beverages. The company will receive $2.6 million in state tax credits, and the project will create 42 jobs. The board also awarded funding to 39 manufacturers through the Manufacturing 4.0 Technology Investment Program to help companies invest in technology adoption and integration. You can read all these stories in full and more news at businessrecord.com.
Here are this week's statewide headlines with the news you need to know from across Iowa. First up, the Cedar Rapids Gazette reports that the University of Iowa healthcare system is seeking approval from the Iowa Board of Regents to continue the build-out of its North Liberty Hospital that opened last year. The $24 million project would fill vacant space left in the original project in response to higher than anticipated patient demand. At its meeting this week, the board is also considering a moratorium on construction of new academic spaces at the 3 public universities.
The Cedar Rapids Gazette reports the Cedar Rapids School District is petitioning a judge to overturn a decision by the Iowa Department of Education that limits its spending authority by $18 million over the next 2 years. The School Budget Review Committee voted last month to reduce the district's spending authority for at-risk alternative education and dropout prevention programs, following a recommendation from the Education Department, saying the school board did not approve an annual plan for the funds as required by Iowa code. The district's petition disputes the department's interpretation of Iowa code and the Budget Committee's authority to reverse prior funding awards.
Unity Point Health plans to outsource portions of its information technology and billing and payment operations to third-party operators later this year, citing financial pressures from rising costs, insurance reimbursement reductions, and growing demand for complex care services. Just over 200 IT positions, a majority of which are in Des Moines, will be eliminated along with an unknown number of billing jobs. Trinity Health, the parent of Mercy One, made a similar move earlier this year and announced it would lay off 67 employees in its patient financial management department.
Corteva Agriscience has announced the executive leadership teams for the two companies that will be created after the planned separation in the fourth quarter of this year. Current Corteva CEO Chuck Magro will serve as CEO of SpinCo, the company that will be focused on seed development. Last year, IEDA and other partners began a campaign to move the headquarters of the new seed company from Indianapolis to Iowa. A Corteva spokesperson did not provide an update on the timeline for site selection of the new headquarters for either company.
The latest home sales data from the Des Moines Area Association of Realtors shows the median sales price of homes sold in Greater Des Moines in March was a record $315,000. That is up nearly 8% from February, with Association President Scott Steelman saying the increase was driven in part by a larger share of higher-priced home sales during March. Steelman said he expects the median sales price of homes to remain above $300,000, at least through the spring buying season. The Ivy College of Business at Iowa State University is proud to introduce the Emerging Leader MBA Scholarship, a full-ride opportunity designed to develop Iowa's next generation of business leaders. Full ride, full potential. Learn more and apply online at the link in the show description. That's our show for today. But before we go, we have a few things for you to take with you through the rest of your week. One thing coming up in this Friday's business record, get to know Chris Tierhardt, the Deloitte's new Des Moines marketplace leader. We've got a closer look interview with her so you can see what they're up to. And lastly, one fun thing to know, today is Earth Day. So check out events in your area, including Earth Day in the Park in Des Moines and the Earth Day Festival in Decorah, or simply spend a little bit of time outside on a beautiful day. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks to our sponsors, the Ivy College of Business at Iowa State University and MediaCom Business. Each week, you can count on us for a dose of balanced news with the context you need. So if you enjoyed today's show, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday.